say so. Yo, I pitch wisdom for the kidsdom. Solid as a prism, keeps a funky rhythm. If I want it, I go and get it. My blood thicker than water, we up like a zipper. My jeans seams got ashes from the plane. I'm elevating and crashing in the bed, but instead I hit my rooftop and watch the world go. Penning this shit inside my journal. Look up at the stars as I burn slow. Head to the Ville over by Strauss. We in the house with the herbo. As I throw on my starter, once my ignition start up, it's go time. And we ain't even hit our prime in no time. In the city living, spending past our limits, put my all up in it, only play to win it. What's the status quo, what's the scenario? Kicking mad flavor as for hoes, we don't save a dough. Put them to the side like a page of dough. Cut them off clean like a tape up dough. Really think you dream until you wake up though.
Everything is custom, if they ain't want it then fuck them. If they ain't part of the process, can't trust them. Double cup and sipping, bought a new roll, eating churros. Shorty ass fat like a sumo, and I'm high off the Chillin' with the crew, playing Uno. Niggas tryna front, but it's cool though. We on our way up, so it's kudos. Tryna get the moolah, cop a tudo. I need a big crib with a blue nose. Step into my dreams like it's Euro. Playing pool with the cool vibes by the poolside. Shorty asked me what's my shoe size. She think I'm too fly, but I'm really too high. And I ain't with the rah-rah. Hit her and tell her bye-bye. I already got my nala. Young Simba in the flesh on the high rise. It's all about the commas and the dollar. Devils wear Prada. It's just another saga. It's just another saga.
Mental health check, wallet on me check, another day check, we put them in check, spliffs on me check, we got it on deck, checks on check, on to the next, mental health check, wallet on me check, another day check, we put them in check, spliffs on me check, we got it on deck, checks on check, on to the next,
84 pull up out the lot slow. Not scroll, but the knowledge we got lots for. Kim trippin', I could too do the impossible. My legacy forever, but this body better rot slow. I do this for my kids, they're my kids' kids. My kids' kids and they kids' kids. One is who I'm is. Plus I'm so upstate, you see it's tatted on my ribs. Okay, 1 + 1 = 2, you knew that. Got that check and your dumb ass blew that. You don't have a savings cause you don't trust banks. But you can't talk money cause your shoebox blank. Empty, been on the edge, don't tempt me. I'd rather own less than be renting. Don't tempt me, buy the whole block, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
Mental health check, wallet on me check, another day check, we put them in check, spliffs on me check, we got it on deck, checks on check, on to the next, mental health check, wallet on me check, another day check, we put them in check, spliffs on me check, we got it on deck, checks on check, on to the next,
What's going on, y'all? I'm back with another episode of the Mike Styles Experience. And this is going to be the last episode of the year. But make sure that you download, follow, and share this from your favorite platform you used to listen to podcasts on. Thanks for checking me out. Like I said, this is going to be the last episode of the year. I know I took about 15 days off just to kind of relax and spend some time with the family. Now, I know on the last episode I was talking about how I wasn't sure if I was going to put out another episode, but here I am. And so what I wanted to talk about was just being impressed by material things, or not being impressed by material things. But the song you heard in the opening, that was Mic Check by ISO Indies and Neighborhood Nick. But I don't know. Like I said, man, I just wanted to kind of give you my reasons as to why I'm not impressed by material things, and hopefully give you some food for thought as we prepare to step into 2022. Now, sometimes, we can associate happiness with, having material possessions and the ability to acquire more whenever we want. But what's meant by material possessions? There are things like houses, cars, clothes, jewelry, gadgets, and whatever else I guess you can spend your money on. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I think we all deserve to enjoy the fruits of our labor. You know, everybody wants to have nice things. Everyone wants a safe and spacious place to live. You know, they want to have a reliable vehicle to drive without having to constantly put money into a bucket. There's nothing wrong with it. But see, I think the problem comes in when we start looking at those things as the, primary sources, I guess, in our lives, as a way to always impress others, or to try to have others, I guess, impressed by the things that we have. And the reality about it is that, the people you're trying to impress really don't give a shit. When we start to, place the accumulation of things above everything else in our lives, I think our relationships can suffer. The relationships that we have with, others. And I get it, we all want to be successful. We all want to appear successful, or appear to be successful. And sometimes we use our material possessions, I guess, as a symbol of that. But in reality, some of the most successful people in the world, you're not even going to see or hear about. But I don't know, it's just so easy for us to fall into that mindset that in order for us to be happy, successful, or whatever else, we have to have a ton of shit, and then we have to flaunt it. Because if nobody sees it, then we don't feel validated. We want praise and glory for everything all the time. For me, I'm not going to be impressed with the possessions of others. Somebody might say, look what I got. Look at what I got. I got this. I got that. And for me, it's always a thing of where I'm like, that's cool. That's nice. And I guess it could just be something that may not be of interest to me. Now, if that's something that I'm interested in, then I would ask them, how were they able to acquire it? And what process or strategy did they kind of use in order to help them get that? And that's the other thing, you know what I'm saying? You got to ask the question, or ask yourself the question, like, what are you doing to help others who may be interested in having some of the things that you have? Like I said, what processes and strategies did you follow? And are you really happy? Because we live in a society where there's this constant bombardment of competition. You know what I'm saying? There's this perpetuated belief that if you want to be happy, then you need this or you need that. And we end up competing with each other in this game of one-upmanship. It's like, hey, I got this. And then the other person is like, I got one too, but mine's got this extra feature that yours doesn't have. And then it just goes back and forth. But let me give you my reasons why I'm not impressed with the material possessions of others. Like I was saying before, people just don't give a shit. People aren't as impressed as you think. While you might think it's cool, they simply don't care. People might spend a quick moment looking at what you got, but that's all it amounts to, a quick moment. They're not going to lose sleep over having or not having what you have. And a lot of times people will find it, rather annoying and obnoxious when this whole like material thing, it's done constantly. So if you're that type of person, then maybe pull back on the reins a little bit, or just maybe wait until somebody asks you about it. Don't make it a personal mission to show off what you got. Now, this next reason is one that I think, I don't know. I think a lot of people kind of understand and get behind. And that is that it's costing you more than you realize. And what I'm saying is that people can sometimes put up a good front in order to impress others. But the thing is that, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Everything is not what they appear to be. I mean, it's all good if you're making a good living and, can afford to splurge a little. But understand that it doesn't matter how much you're making if you're just spending it all. It's that whole keeping up with the Joneses thing. I'm not impressed with material possessions when it's costing you more money in the long run. The more you have, the more it costs to maintain. That new car, you got to be able to afford that maintenance on it. You got to be able to afford to put the gas in it. And in some cases, you can't even put regular in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something to think about. Now, another reason why I'm not impressed, with the material possessions of others is because, you're constantly on this treadmill of always chasing whatever's new. I always hear and read about people always saying, I need to upgrade this or I need to upgrade that. But do you really need to upgrade? Or is it because you've been on this treadmill of impressing others and trying to have others, be impressed by what you got? You feel you need to keep up your appearance. And so it gets to that point where you don't even know how to get off that treadmill. And so you continue on that same program where you're stuck in this, constant cycle because the excitement and admiration that you get from others being impressed with what you have will eventually fade. New things are only new for a moment. You can't make it new again. I mean, I guess you can repurpose it, but it's not going to be like the way you bought it or when you first had it. But anyway, when we talk about material possessions, we got to understand that somebody else will always have more. And this is going back to keeping up with the Joneses and being on that treadmill that I was talking about. Regardless of how much you have, you'll eventually fall behind when you're trying to keep up. You may come out on top in some cases, but it's not going to be every time. There will always be someone who has a bigger house, drives a nicer car, and has a newer everything. No matter how much you have, somebody else will always have more. So going into 2022, I want to say, let's stop this competition shit based on material things. I'm not impressed, and the people around you are probably not impressed either. Don't allow material possessions to possess you. Respect and admiration, that doesn't come from the things that you have. I mean, you could be a millionaire and have everything that you want in life, and people still won't respect you or be impressed by what you got. To me, the things that we have in life are just trinkets. They're materials that, in my honest opinion, they don't really mean shit at the end of the day. I mean, they might mean something to us, but we can't expect people to be impressed by those things. And just because they're not, that doesn't make them a hater. Because you know how some people get. Some people get, I don't know, they get in their feelings when they don't get a reaction, especially a reaction that, they thought you might have or they wanted you to have. But anyway, man, that's been this episode. The last one of 2021. So, I want y'all to just stay safe out there. I know a lot of folks gonna be going out doing a lot of New Year's Eve celebrations. Try to stay safe, and stay focused, man. 2022 is coming up, and after the last couple of years that we had, man, I don't know, man. I think everybody's kind of feeling the effects of it. But like I said, just stay focused, and just take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace, y'all.